Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do a little kind of autumn winter lip roundup. So I've got some really cute shades here. I'm going to do some lip swatches. I'm going to talk about the different products that I've got here today. We've got a good mix of everything in here, I feel like. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Today's video is uncaffeinated, but we are joined by a cup of mint tea. So it's going to be a chatty one. Grab a brew and let's get on with it. Okie dokie, let's get started. I'm not going to go in any particular order. Please pray for my lips because I feel like they're going to hurt after this. And we're going to start off with one of my all-time kind of autumn winter favourites. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte in the shade Share. I have actually just got a affiliate link with Gerard Cosmetics and a code for you guys to save 20%. So I'm going to leave all that link below. Now this one, we're just going to ignore this little dot. Yeah, this one for me is the perfect kind of pinky, purpley kind of autumnal neutral shade. These formulas are so easy to use. They're so comfortable on the lips, and they're pretty affordable as well. They do dry down. I just think they look beautiful, and this shade for me is just so perfect for this time of year. I think we're gonna do a little bit foam cleanser to try and not just fully like rip my lips to shreds with makeup wipes. Right, okay, next up, I'm trying to sort of go from lightest to darkest, but in all honesty, it's probably not going to work. Next up, we've got one of the Maybelline Vinyl Ink Lip Stains. This is the shade 125 Keen. This is like a terracotta. Again, I absolutely love the formula of these ones. They are definitely more glossy than the Gerard Cosmetics, but they sit really comfortably on the lips, and for like a glossy liquid lip, they last beautifully. I do believe that they've really like increased the shade range as well, so they've got some really pretty looking shades. But I think this one for me, it's that perfect kind of orange, but not too orange in my eyes. Okay, next up I had to include this one. This is Swamp Frog from the Angelica Fist and Odin's Eye Halloween collab. This is, it's like a tan brown. These formulas almost feel like cloud-like on the lips. They're very, very thin, very comfortable. I just think this is like the perfect nude, but not quite nude. It's got a very, very like warm undertone. This looks great with any kind of green, orange, burgundy looks. Okay, next up we've got Too Faced Melted Matte in Gingerbread Girl. This is from a Christmas a couple of years ago, but they always bring out this same kind of warm brown, kind of gingerbread shade. It's got the most perfect kind of warm gingery scent. It's absolutely beautiful. And these Too Faced Melted Mattes are a bit hit and miss when it comes to formula. The Christmas ones always seem to be amazing, and I do love the kind of darker shades. I feel like they hold up a lot better than the lighter ones. Set down really matte but are really comfortable, not too dry. And just a good kind of all-round liquid lipstick if you are in the lookout for one. And another Too Faced one I wanted to mention, this is definitely for the bit braver of a person. This one is Drop Dead Red, which is like a blood red colour. It's absolutely beautiful. Apologies for the super messy application, but obviously we're literally going to be taking it off in 2 minutes. So this one is stunning. For me, I do like wearing a lip liner with this one because it is kind of hard. Like all really dark liquid lipsticks, it's not the easiest thing in the world to apply, but the shade is absolutely beautiful. Makes your teeth look super white. If you perhaps aren't a red person but aren't scared of a bold lip, this could definitely be one for you. All my kind of alt girlies who love a black lipstick, you need this one because it's the perfect kind of blackened, like dark cherry red. It's beautiful. Okay, The last liquid lipstick formula I've got here is a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This one is in the shade Copenhagen. And this is very similar to Drop Dead Red, but because it's the soft matte formula, it's just not quite as intense. Like, it looks great over a darker lip liner, but if you want to do a berry lip without going super dark, I think this is a really nice way to go. Obviously NYX is super affordable, so if you are wanting to kind of look at getting some berry lipsticks but you don't want to spend too much, I think this is a great option. Soft matte formula is beautiful, very comfortable on the lips, just sits really nicely. Not the most long lasting of liquid lipsticks. You would need this and take it out with you to touch up, because this is going to move with eating and drinking. But I think it's a great way to try this kind of shade because it is a little bit more subtle than kind of your average dark berry liquid lip, but it is still beautiful. It's one I still wear, even though obviously I'm very, very into these kind of shades, but I still love it. I think it's beautiful. Okay, we've got some lip liners and then I'll do some kind of more like traditional bullet type lipsticks. First one I wanted to mention is Scorpio from Juvia's Place. I'm just gonna leave that as a lip line because I don't want to fill it in. But this is the perfect lip liner for Drop Dead Red. It's really deep, really creamy. I really love this Juvia's lip liner formula. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, but they're very, very comfortable to wear. They sit really nicely on the lips and they stop in any kind of feathering. This one also looks great with Copenhagen over the top of it to give it a bit of depth. I just think it's a really nice one. There's not really much you can say about a lip liner, but that is a good one. Right, next up for lip liners is a more traditional sharpenable pencil. This is the Sweet One lip liner in Bombshell. I do also have a Sweet One discount code, so I'll leave that below, and they're having a great Black Friday sale. But this one is a cherry red shade. Now, I haven't done many reds in this video because I am doing a red lip roundup for Vlogmas, but I did want to mention this one just because it's such a great formula. I find a lot of the kind of wooden pencils can be a bit tough to work with, but this is so incredibly creamy. I've just filled the bottom lip in a bit more for you to see. But this is a great one to pair with some kind of nude shades to make them a bit deeper. It looks great again with Copenhagen over the top of it to give it more of a red tone. I think it's a really beautiful shade, and these lip liners are so affordable and they're like well under £10. The third lip liner I wanted to mention is one of the new Made by Mitchell All Lip No Trip liner pencils. This one is in the shade I Love Gossip. This one is just a very warm toned brown. This one looks great with a nude in the middle of the lip, but also again it will work under these kind of dark berries. It's a good one to pair with the Maybelline or the Gingerbread Girl from Too Faced because it's that kind of dark brown warm shade. It's a really pretty one. I really like this one. Made by Mitchell. Again, formula is great. Very creamy, very easy to use. Right, okay, moving on to your more traditional kind of bullet lipsticks. I've got two in kind of a pencil formula, both really affordable. First one is the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon in the shade, where is the shade? Number 113, Brulee Everyday. Now, I really like these. Again, they don't get spoken about very often. They're kind of like a slanted lip. Now, I've honestly got no idea why this one is called Brulee Everyday, because it's not giving me brulee, but it is the most beautiful, again, kind of like deep cherry red. It's not that kind of festive red, it's that kind of wintry red in my eyes. This one, obviously not lasting quite as long as some of the liquid lipsticks, but I do really love the formula of these. They last a really nice amount of time because they are like a more matte formula. They are quite comfortable. They're a little bit drier than some lipsticks you try, but I sometimes think that a little bit of that dryness, it sort of gives you the opportunity for it to stay stuck. So yeah, love that one. Right, okay, next up, Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade number 65, Settle for More. Again, I really like these. I really love this whole kind of Superstay lip line. These are gorgeous, the vinyls are gorgeous, and like the normal liquid lipsticks are beautiful as well. Okay, so these ones are definitely more glossy than the L'Oreal. The L'Oreal are very much a matte shade, whereas these have got a little bit of movability to them, a little tiny bit of shine. I think these are beautiful. I love a lip crayon. I just find them really easy, especially when wearing a really dark shade on the lips. This one is definitely more berry tone than the L'Oreal, and I just think it looks really beautiful. It's kind of that same vein as Copenhagen from NYX, with just a little bit of kind of more of a pinky berry to it. Great, okay, let's move on to kind of traditional bullet lipsticks. This one is Rude Girl from Juvia's Place. An absolutely beautiful one to pair with Scorpio. This one is a little bit more brown though. This one is quite similar to the Maybelline. It's just a little bit more matte, and also it's got a little bit more kind of reddy brown to it than the pink. But this pairs, as I said, perfectly with Scorpio. These Juvia's Place lipsticks are really creamy and really comfortable. I wear them a lot, and I think this shade is beautiful. The only thing with this one, because they are quite like it's like a satin formula almost, I do find it can slide about a bit, so it definitely needs a lip liner underneath it. But I think this one is just one of those beautiful and perfect berry tones. Okay, this one is something a little bit different to everything else. This is Gerard Cosmetics XXX. This one, something that I would have never ever bought. Normally I bought it on a bit of a whim, but this is like a grey toned chocolate brown, and honestly this with like a full glam like silver glittery moment is absolutely gorgeous. I love this lipstick. Nobody talks about these melt lipsticks. It is, what's the formula called? The Ultra Matte lipstick. They are very creamy to put on, very high in pigment. The only thing I will say is they can be a little bit dry, but they are ultra matte, so it kind of comes with the territory. And I find as long as you make sure the lips are prepped perfectly, then you don't have any trouble. But I just love this shade. It is nothing like anything else I have in my collection, because it has got that grey tone to it. And I feel like if you find the kind of purple tones of like autumn lipsticks kind of overwhelming, give this one a try because it's beautiful. Right, okay, MAC Sin. Now, I was going to pull out Rebel for this one because it's such like a cult classic, but for me in the autumn winter I reach for Sin way more. Now, this is definitely the driest lipstick out of the bunch. It is just in their traditional matte formula, but it is quite dry. However, I mean, that colour is beautiful. Matt described this one as a black and plum, which I completely agree with. It's definitely a red, but it's got more kind of darkness to it rather than that purple. It's kind of similar actually. Now I've put it on my lips, it's actually quite similar in tone to the L'Oreal. Let me just swatch them side by side on my hand for you. Sin's definitely darker, but it's that same kind of like red tone, if that makes sense. It's a little bit less berry, a little bit more grungy, a little bit deeper than Rebel, and I find I just prefer the matte formula for a shade like this. Rebel is an amplified is an amplified formula, and I find it can move about a little bit on the lips. So I find this one, I just know I can put this on and I can go about my day and it's going to look beautiful. Does need a little bit of touching up in the middle, as most bullet lipsticks in this kind of shade do, but it's a really gorgeous shade. Right, last one I wanted to mention today is one of the Give Me Glow lip kits. I did mention the black one in my Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette video because I absolutely loved that one, but I thought today we would use soft red because it's perfect for this time of year. So in these you get a lip liner, matte lipstick and a gloss. So we're going to start with the lip liner. These are incredibly creamy. Okay, so that is the lip liner down on its own. As you can see, pretty much as the name suggests, it's a gorgeous soft red shade. So we're going to go in with the liquid lip now. These are super comfortable. And this lip kit is just super long wearing. Bit of a pain obviously if you're going out, but I think it's really beautiful. I'm just going to give the liquid lipstick a minute to set and then we're going to do the gloss. While we're waiting for that to set, I am going to swatch these next to each other because they are slightly different shades. So this is the liquid lipstick, which is quite browny, but the gloss is just a touch paler and a little bit more orange. I don't know whether you can see the kind of difference in the tones there, but I think it sits together really nicely. These aren't like exact shade copies, it's just a set of shades that works really nicely. So we're just going to hot the gloss. And I just think this lip look is absolutely beautiful. It's so great for this time of year. Virtually goes with any look that you're going to wear, even though it's a red shade. Because it's got that little bit of brown, it's got the little bit of pink. I think it looks really cool with a look like this, which is all like green, which, if you do want to know, I did with the Stone and Rock palette from Odin's Eye. I just think this is a great all-rounder. If you are making a Give Me Glow order, throw one of these in your basket because I don't think you'll be disappointed. It took me ages to try them and now I'm like, more shades. Okay, so that is it for today, my loves. I do hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments what your favourite lip shades for this time of year are. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, then hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you every time I post. You've been fabulous, I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time. Bye!